So yesterday we had our first keynote for the year, which was very exciting, and today we were in studio recapping that keynote, and I thought to myself as I exited it, I literally took the camera, took the iPad with some notes, and I thought I just quickly want to share 10 couple of things. Maybe it's going to be too long for social media, we'll reclip it later. Sorry about the audio, I've got the boom mic or the pencil mic connected there, so I don't even know how it's going to pan out. Let's just jump into it. So first of all, thank you so much for each and every one that attended the keynote. I think it was absolutely brilliant. The feedback was great. The fact that it was sold out was simply amazing. And in the podcast that we created today, we did give a bit more detail talking about what the difference is between keynotes, masterclasses, our input and angle from it, and a couple of things. So yesterday we discussed 40 points on starting a business. Keynote topic was starting a business. There was 10 points of things to simply definitely ignore and 15 considerables, things to consider when you start a business. But from all of that, I want to bring 10 points that kind of, everything came together in 10 points. I want to say that, or 10 valid points that doesn't need further explanation, or however you see it. It's not the top 10 points, it's no particular order. 10 snippets that I feel that I want to share when it comes to starting a business, things that you as an entrepreneur founder should really take into considerations. And here they are. Number one is, remember this, you can actually test interest before you launch a product or a service. So in the past, what happened was, apologies, when someone wanted to bring out a service for a company or a new product, they would go out, they'll do a soft launch, or they'll be at an expo, they'll bring products to market and engage with customers to test whether or not customers like the product, whether or not they don't like the product, then we'll take it from there. Problem is it has so many cost implications, attention complications, everything like that. Today with digital media, we can actually brand a product as if it exists. We can take, for example, with coffee, a white label, we can put our branding on it with digital media, with ChatGPT, with any AI tools out there, and we can advertise it as an existing product on social media, especially with Facebook, for example. What you then can do is you can test to see if people are willing to buy it. So you put it out as a buy now option, you don't take any money from it at all because the product doesn't exist, and as people click on it, you tell them, listen, this product is not available in your region yet. You most probably have been part of that already and seen it at some places where people advertise it, where they say, sorry, it's not available in your region yet. It's most probably because that product doesn't even exist yet, or they haven't taken it to market in your area. But now with all that data, you can check if people are interested in it, and you can use it as such to see if they'll be interested in that product. We did go a bit into deeper connection with that, but in the gist, that's what it's all about. The second one is, point that I want to give is co-create with perceived value. Guys, girls, this is a skill set that you as a founder of a company should learn. Learn how to engage with people by asking them why they act and react the way that they do. Engage with perceived value or co-create with perceived value means this. You want to understand how your customers or clients perceive the value that they're getting, what they see as valuable, and you want to use that and market your product as such. Cosmetic companies does it all the time. What they do is they see how people respond to packaging, and then they ask, why did you go for that product in the first place? What the customer perceives as value, that is something that you want to kind of like co-create in your campaigns or in your product values, and advertise it as such and make sure you engage with it. The third thing is always be a solution to a known problem. Don't take your solution that your product or service is and go think about a problem that it might be a solution to. Take a known problem and target that. That is way more easier. The fourth thing that you want to do is figure out how to track and monitor and work with data as soon as possible. When we talk about scaling a company and you get someone like consultants in with that, the first thing that we look at is the data that we have on hand. Now, if you think about all the internal resources that you have, your QuickBooks, your invoicing system, your technology, Anything that offers a solution to you internally, it's there because it offers a solution, but it's also there because it reads data and it gives you kind of a way to act on that data. If you have systems in place, processes in place from a startup to gain as much data as possible and to track and monitor it, even if you don't have the skill set on how to do it now, be super valuable when you want to scale your company in knowing how to predict things, work with analytics, and also see opportunities before they arise. The fifth element is it is okay if there is a cap to your business. Very often your business or its opportunity will have a known market cap, meaning it might be an opportunity cap that you can only sell for a short while, or be a market cap if the objective is there or met, then it's done, it's over with. It's fine if that happens, but know about it beforehand, how that cap looks like, so that you can know what the exit or the next strategy on that will be. And also, on a side note with that, remember this, if you have a known cap, it is a risk for an investable business. So that if your business idea to launch it is subject to you getting investors, but there's a known cap, you might want to consider alternative options on taking that product or service to market. Then the next point that we want to say is, when your idea makes too much sense, it is an easy copyable business, and that's fine. In essence, what we're saying is, whatever you're trying to bring to the market, if you explain it to friends and families and everyone gets it instantly, no questions, it just makes sense, there's nothing wrong with it. Don't let it hinder you from taking that opportunity, but know this, most probably others are also thinking about it, and most probably when you enter the market, you will have a lack of intellectual property to protect, and others will be able to engage in that. And once again, that's also fine, but understand the business type for what it is and plan for what it is not at the end of the day. Also put you in a position to structure your business accordingly, so you don't look like a fly by night, but you look like the typical entrepreneur that takes on ventures over planting companies. And that's what you want to do at the end of the day. Then number 7 is invest in yourself. Understand this, that if you are a business starter, if you are a hustler in that term, if you are a serial investor, entrepreneur, first time founder, you would have to look after yourself as well. Previously, in previous years, and a lot of psychologists out there talk about a work-life balance. I don't like to talk about a work-life balance because I truly believe that if you've got a calling in business, there's going to be a lot of sacrifices. Your business is going to sacrifice your family is going to sacrifice your business, but understand how to manage that and manage that expectations, work with a productive timeline, and kind of like how to prioritize things and how to approach them. It is not a balance between the two, but it is a fulfillment of all of them. And you really want to start by investing in your own soft skills and your own time management from the day get-go one before you burn out. That being said, trust in number 8, trust in God's vision for your business. Trust that you are a steward of His company and He is the CEO, so that when you work with a company, you work with it from a divine angle, and trust the stewardship that has been appointed to you. Number 9 is make sense of marketing and business lingo faster. We are so reluctant to be in the space where we trust that we will learn it on the fly, learn it on the go, and there's nothing wrong with it. Always do learn from it. But at the end of the day, what you do want to do is self-teach yourself, especially when it comes to marketing terms, marketing strategies, and business lingo out there, because it will put you in the competitive advantage to engage with that faster and sooner, rather than having to be in the corner forced to do so. And then the last thing, and I mentioned it yesterday on social media as well, treat your business to its potential size and not to its current size. This is very important. If you put in all this effort and hours and try to convince people to buy a product, but on the other hand you talk about it as if it's just small, just a startup, just a venture, just something not that important, you look to a hypocrite, like a hypocrite to your own actions, or you look like someone that cannot be trusted, or you look like a complete failure to people because you put in all this effort, yet the results are so, in your own words, small. Apologies for the noise. Like I said, we just quickly grab the camera here. But at the end of the day, if you treat your business to its potential size, the way you talk, the actions that you talk really becomes more valuable to those that needs to invest and buy in your business and trade with your business. And I hope that helps. See you at the next keynote. See you at our masterclasses, and thank you so much.